Good afternoon, President Chartrand.
How are you doing, Naomi?
Doing well.
I'm actually at the Southeast Regional Meeting in Grand Marais, and it's a packed room. They need bigger halls, to be honest with you now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's just packed in there.
Awesome.
And, of course, the dignitaries that started off, Marcella Besnau gave the opening prayer, and, people know her. And her husband, of course, was called Johnny Cash, the man in black.
Yeah.
Marcella is always such a honorable lady who goes out and does these opening ceremonies and prayers, and it just touches so many people because she's so well respected. And of course, Denise Thomas was the vice president here, and she's talking about maybe not running this region.
Oh my goodness!
Retiring, and so there was kind of emotional going on there, and but I made it clear: don't make your decision at this instant, and think about it. And you still got you're 70, but you still got a lot left to give, So she's going to think about it and consider what she'll be doing. And of course, you got now the new minister, Marielle Gauthier, and she's the new minister of environment, and she's actually going to be heading overseas soon to represent us at an international meeting. And Sean Nault, who was actually an elected official from this region, he's the minister, of course, of veterans. So a packed house, like I said. Unfortunately, I can't stay long because I got to leave again.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a wedding yesterday in Nesbitt at Reno. Sorry, at the late John Fleury's son got married, and so I was there yesterday.
Uh-huh.
It was such a beautiful thing. Reno and Janica is his wife's name, and it was such a beautiful sight. Barb, of course, was all in tears, and it was just such a sight to see. But it was so beautiful. It was such a well-organized wedding, and he wore his dad's vest, and of course John famous for wearing a vest at all of the assemblies when he was in this world with us, and so it was good to see, and I was very proud to be there. And again, after this one, I'm leaving shortly. I'm heading down to, first I'm going to two things. I'm going to Marcelina's house. I'm going to go take some flowers to her. She's 93 years old on Tuesday. 93.
Wow.
Yeah. She has 12 children, 32 grandchildren, 50 great-grandchildren, including a number 50 baby Max around the corner. So you just think about it, just unbelievable. There's a big Métis family there, a large, typical, Métis families of the old, and big families, and now the massive amount of grandkids and grandkids and grandkids. And so, but again, I'm going to pop over and drop off some flowers on behalf of the cabinet and myself personally. Of course, her daughter sits on cabinet too, and it's such a pleasure to see Mona Bures and the work she does and on Child Family Services. And so I can't, she's going to be meeting me there. Then from there, I'm going at 3 o'clock. I got another wedding. I promised Jessica Casey, who works in my office, and Carl Chartrand's son, Hunter, is getting married to Kat Chartrand. They're marrying today at 3 o'clock, and that's taking place in Saint-Laurent. So I'm leaving from Grand Marais. I'm heading that way in about after this call. And so, again, following that, I'm leaving right from there now. After that wedding, I'm going to a funeral now.
Oh, no.
I'm heading to Cranberry from there. We're driving, and my granddaughter's going to drive with me. All my staff couldn't go with me. None of them, all of them have excuses that they can't come. So my granddaughter is going to be going to the funeral anyway. So she's going to meet me in Saint-Laurent and then drive for me because, of course, I have to watch. It's not good to be alone when you're making great distance travel.
No.
It's good to have somebody with you at all times. And my calendar has been driving me nuts. I'm going full steam here. And then I'm heading down to Ottawa. I got a meeting back Monday. Tuesday I got a meeting with a minister from Ottawa. Then I got one Thursday with another minister in Ottawa. So I'll be on the road again on a plane heading east to the meetings.
Right.
But let me mention some other birthdays. 84th birthday is going to Elder Phil Boudon, a nice gentleman, good man, Sinistash, who's celebrating his birthday Monday, September 22nd. Mm-hmm. And we also have inside the hall, Ellen Thomas. I wish her a birthday. Of course, she's been from Manitowoc and a long-time local and mayor and active council member in many ways, and definitely sits on our local, and she's been around for a long time. She's turning 71 on Monday.
Happy birthday.
Yes, you know Ellen.
She's a cousin, by marriage.
Yes, and then happy birthday is going to James Puffold, Associate Director of Justice. He's celebrating his birthday on September 25th. Happy 12th birthday is going to Sasha Vincent. That's Tanya and Martin Vincent's daughter, and celebrating her birthday on Thursday, September 25th also. And happy 14th birthday is going to Libby Chartrand and Rita and Hal. Of course, they listen to Métis Hour. Hal's a big fan of the Métis Hour. He's there every Saturday listening to our show and never misses. And he has his music full blast. If it's not raining in Duck Bay, he'll have his ghetto blaster outside, full blast of the Métis Hour. So,
love it.
Happy birthday, Lily. Of course, that's my godchild along with Glorian. Mm-hmm. And so happy 14th birthday. And I'll be bringing a gift when I see her. Congratulations going on to Lena Kloss and her husband on a safe arrival of their beautiful baby boy. She's head of health, and she's the director of health services, and she's doing a superb job for us. Mm-hmm. Her birthday's her baby boy is born on September 16th. And again, happy anniversary is going to Derek and Candace Danielson, who actually are en route right now. I'll ask if they were listening to me, on the road to Cranberry to their funeral. Of course, Joanne Head had passed away, and Joanne Danielson, of course, is her maiden name, and that's Gloria Fanti. And Janice, of course, Yakachuk, my mother-in-law, that's her sister, and very, very close to her sister. She passed away, and they're having a wake on Sunday, funeral on Monday. So following the funeral, I'm coming right back to Winnipeg and heading there. Also want to say congratulations going on to people from the women that got elected. Anita got re-elected again. That they need the spokesman of the Infinity Woman. Mm-hmm. Winnipeg was Melanie Lalonde, outgoing member Adrian Carrier. Thank you, Adrian, for all the work you did there. Also, Southeast, we got Darlene O'Rourke. She was here in the crowd tonight. Outgoing member Brandy Vesna. Thank you, Brandy. That's, of course, the granddaughter of Marcella. Mm-hmm. Southwest, Debbie Forgy is outgoing member Joan Church. That's in the Southwest region. That's in Eustache. And Thompson, Kimberly Kim Rudolph, outgoing member Dee Chaboyer. Players throughout the D right now. Dee's going through some serious health challenges, and of course, Anita's very, very close to Dee. They've been close together with the Franklin Center movement and Thompson forever. And so, kudos to Anita for always being there for her friends, and we wish everybody potentially God's miracles. Yeah. The Paw, Cindy Stephan, outgoing member Carol Reamer, Interlake Dev Webb, re-elected, Northwest Lorna Sanderson, re-elected. So kudos to all of them for being and giving so much to help the Métis women, the movement of the Métis women, and as they go forward, it's such a great thing to see that that hall was packed at the Assiniboine Downs. And again, I echo over the phone, and for all listeners, all of our listeners that listen, we go to the Assiniboine Downs because it's owned by Peguis Reserve, and we want to support Indigenous businesses. Also, there's 5 centers, licensed home child care centers that opened since 2023. These are the independent ones: Steinbach, St. Anne, Lorette, Grand Marais, and Bloom North. And that's 40 additional child care spaces.
Oh,
and there's
awesome.
3. And what it is, Naomi, is that say you were living in one of the communities, and smaller communities, because we're not going to build daycare centers; they're too small.
Yeah.
And you want to be, and you have some experience in child care, and you want to help out in some form or fashion. The program that Mr. Chartrand runs actually supports you by giving you a $40,000 grant to organize your house, mm-hmm. rebuild if necessary, or do additions, so you can take on the children that in the community that would need support while their parents are working. So that's why these 40 additional child care spaces are all private homes that we are investing in, so the child care spaces continue to expand in the smaller communities, not just the bigger communities.
That's amazing.
Go ahead. What did you say?
I said that's amazing. It's hard to find childcare.
Yeah, I like that program. It's a damn good program. So kudos to Frances and her team. Also another thing is our directory now has over 861 businesses on it, and 164 in the Southeast region alone, where I spoke on this morning.
Wow.
And so it's just growing. It is absolutely stunning how big we are growing in every facet throughout. So again, it's great to see so many the businesses and look at the opportunities that come that way. So so Kat asked me something. Thursday afternoon, I delivered a keynote at the community and Indigenous Agreement. This is what the Enbridge I did a keynote speech there, again, on reference to big industry and Indigenous people, and how the world has changed, how the law has changed, how the concept of relationship has changed, and how it's important that business industry understands something. We're not going away, and by just trying to nickel dime us or buy us out, you're making a bad mistake. If you want long-term partnership, then invest in long-term partnership. Don't try to nickel and dime the Métis community and the Métis government. And so we sit down and we say, look, at the end of the day, either you work with us or you fight with us. You choose. And hopefully you want to work with us because we want to work. But we're not just looking for you to give me a job here and a job there. A good example is what our Premier has done. I echo to them, and this might be a trend across Canada. The Premier, of course, and Hydro in Manitoba have issued 600 megawatts of new power to be owned by 51% by Indigenous people. And so it's a complete change maker. So people don't understand it from the concept that, what is he talking about? Well, in the old days, what would happen, of course, Hydro would tender out a project, and major project like this. This is about a $1.5 billion project. And so what Hydro tenants typically would do is you would farm it out or tender it out to big industry. And then we go knock on big industry's door, say, please give us a job, please let us in, please give us an opportunity. It's different now. In Manitoba, the Premier and Hydro have initiated where Indigenous governments will own 51%. The industry will own less than 51%. So that's a big, big difference. So Enbridge, which was our past partner at the Federation, we reached out to them, say, do you want to partner with us? They said, no, we're not. We only go in partnership where we're the majority owner. We're not used to being the minority owner. Well, it's a different world, I said. This is going to be a change maker for all of Canada in the future. Because now we will have control. We will decide who's going to be working where. We will partner with you as a real partner and investor. But at the same time, we're not going to be looking through the window anymore or knocking on a door. We're going to ask you to knock on a door, come work with us. So it's completely from a philosophy point of view, it's completely a different thing. It's a new mindset, a new direction, and industries lifting eyebrows, I tell you that, because they've never seen that. So kudos to Wap Canoe and, of course, the president of Hydro and the board. This is a new, innovative way, and we hope that other models of Crown relations and Crown investments will look at it, and governments will look at it in a context. This is the future now. When we do big projects, it should be offshot to the Indigenous governments, and then we will find these partners. We'll choose which is the right partner to make sure the environment is a priority, and ensure that Indigenous people are also working and owning the profits and margins of moving ahead in the future. So that's the beauty about this opportunity. So I did have a good chance to speak there. Also on Thursday night, I attended it's called With Love Gala for an organization called Live Different. So I was there along with some cabinet ministers and some of my key staff around me, and so it turned out very, very well. This program it goes internationally, it goes all over the world, helping build houses, supporting, but it also took some from First Nations from the North. Sheila North was there. She was speaking. I don't know, you may know about the program.
I do, It's amazing.
They went up north and they went to Mexico. I think they built a couple of houses there. And so it was quite, they were proud. All those kids, a lot of those young First Nation young guys and girls were there.
Yeah, we had a big welcome when they came home from doing all that hard work. And
that's excellent. So that's a very good program. So we were there to support it and look at the potential of future partnerships. We N4 donated $10,000 there to help fund the mental wellness program in 2 schools. And those schools, they already visited 3,000 schools across Canada. So I don't know what schools they'll be selecting, but clearly they're wanting to really partner with us and see the future relationship. Also, the last week to buy tickets for a sponsored fighter Saturday, September 27th. It's the Melee Gala X boxing event, and that's happening at the Club Regent. Our goal is to raise $100,000 for the Heritage Fund, with all proceeds going to the Midship Manor. And of course, we have 2 Métis boxers there, and they've been trained. That's not what they do for a living. They actually work in different fields. One works at Lurel Institute, and one works at the N4. And so Braden York Hugh is actually one of the boxers. Gavin Forbes is the other boxer. So they're worried about getting a damn good beating or else winning. I hope the hell they win. But they're there to help raise money and I'll be there to watch the event unless something takes me away from this city or province, in case I get a call.
Yeah.
We are working with the next meeting with the Prime Minister, and so, again, a lot depends on his schedule, and I got to move with his schedule at this point in time. So, again, I'll close off now, and I think it's, as I said, I want to take off now to St. Laurent to a wedding, and again, wish Hunter and Cass a great ceremony today. I hope that it was not planned for outside, because the rain doesn't not want to stop here.
No, it doesn't.
Well, we had fire. We couldn't get rid of it. Now we can't get the water. You know? The good Lord, in some ways, is telling us, be careful. You know,
right.
Respect Mother Earth. You know, so and they're right. We got to take the environment a lot of. I think commitments got to be made towards it, and we as the Federation, yes, we believe strongly in economic development, but I assure you that environment is also around our table, and our Minister Marcella actually comes to Southeast Region, and that's her function to make sure she reminds all of our cabins we're not out there just to create jobs or university or daycare centers. We're also there to make sure we protect Mother Earth and protect the concept of the environment, because the next generation will definitely need it. Next week, I want to be talking a little bit about, I'll give a heads up on it.
Okay.
I'm going to talk a little bit on these signs I'm starting to see. I'm going to reach out, for example, to E.J. Fontaine from Saguin. I've seen that there's a sign out there that the traditional territory of the, I think they're referring themselves, I believe, to the Ojibways,
Mm-hmm.
the Soto, same thing.
Yep.
They call themselves Ojibwe in Ontario, and they call it Soto here. But same language, different time. The only thing, sometimes the accent's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
But they're claiming the traditional territory. Now, that could be a massive amount of land. So, because the Ojibwe had large territories. And so, what does that mean? Because there was no discussion or dialogue of how, because I'm trying to work together. I've been doing that for 28 years now?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how do we work together and support each other, because natural resources got to be shared by us too. So, but if we don't have nothing, then what the hell we leave to the next generation? If we don't work to conservation and support each other, then what are we doing to the next generation? So, I'm going to talk a little bit about that next Saturday.
Okay.
And hopefully I'll reach out to E.J. Fontaine prior to that. And I know Blood Veins also taking that position. Cross Lake said non-Indigenous. They were clear on that. They didn't, not against the Métis.
Yeah.
But Saguin sign, it doesn't mention that. It doesn't say just non-Indigenous. It says all people, including us, I guess, the Métis, we won't be allowed to potentially hunt in their traditional territories. And that'll lead, obviously, to a dispute. And I hope that's not the way we end up finding ourselves. So, but I'll talk about that next Saturday. Heads up to all the listeners.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds
so
good.
Talk to you again.
Okay, you safe travels, you.
Yeah, are you going to the boxing thing?
I want to, yeah. Doors open at 5.
I'll try to get you a ticket.
Okay, let me know.
Okay, take care. See you, Cowboy.
Take care, President.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.